Shelli Brunswick with me this morning. Shelli is amazing. If you don't already know her, you've been living under a rock, clearly. She's been doing amazing things to people, especially in the space industry. She's a pioneer. She is like the person to go to for anything related to space. So I am so happy that you actually made some time to speak with me this morning because I know you're a very, very busy lady. So thank you for joining me this morning, Shelly.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. It's been such a pleasure to collaborate with you
Yes,
on this
yes.
amazing book. I'm so excited to be part of it, to be the first chapter, and looking forward to this interview.
Oh my gosh, yes, Shelly. So you had an amazing chapter and you've done such incredible things in terms of, breaking those barriers, especially in the space industry. Tell us a little bit about your job and like what you do on a daily basis. I know this is going to be a lot.
Well, I'll keep it short for your audience. The most exciting thing is this year, in 2024, I launched my own company called
Yay.
SB Global LLC. So now I'm an entrepreneur and founder. Lots of insight for your audience about being entrepreneurs. I've done that throughout my career with my background, but this is the first instance where I'm really being an entrepreneur myself. And I'm really focused on being that motivational speaker, writing and authoring books, as well as being a strategic advisor to companies and organizations. And so it's been fantastic. These are the things I'm passionate about. It's
Mm.
about paying it forward, helping the next generation, sharing the lessons I've learned throughout my 25-year career in the space industry and paying it forward. So I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to do this step in my life. And you are part of the genesis of that, because
Oh,
when
yeah.
you asked me to write this chapter, you asked me to write about, my journey, and I was like, who wants to listen to just my
Oh my
journey?
God.
So I was so fortunate that I interviewed some amazing colleagues of mine in the space
Mhm.
industry, like Dr. Chidima Iroka, Dr. Priscilla Nowajewski, as well as Sejo Budhalia and Stella Lupashore. And after I interviewed them to include in this amazing chapter on lessons I've learned in the space industry, I realized I could write a whole book on this. I could
Yes.
talk about this. I could empower other people. So I took this concept you gave me about writing a chapter, and I'm now writing a series of books, with the
Good.
first one coming out this year called What's Space Got to Do with It? Lessons Learned
Love
Along the
it.
Way. So a big thank you to you. You'll be in the intro to the book, and I hope you'll
Oh,
write a recommendation
of
for it.
course, I definitely will. Like, I've read your chapter in this book. It was amazing. You described your journey so well. And you have learned a lot of lessons, a lot of different things. So thank you so much for like sharing that and being able and being willing to play it forward because sometimes we think about the space industry and we think, do we really want to get into it? Can we get into it? What are the barriers? So I'm so glad that you put that information out there because like not everybody knows. And it's good that we have that information readily available so that people can say, okay, this is an area that I want to explore, that I want to get into. And I wanted to ask you why you wrote the chapter, but I know you kind of explained that a little bit just now. Do you have anything else you want to add into why you wrote that chapter?
Absolutely. I also wrote the chapter when you reached out because yes, I do want to pay it forward, but I was also a United Nations Office of Outer Space Affairs mentor for their Space for Women program. And part of that program was really creating more pathways and access for women and girls to come into the space industry. So my passion to help create those pathways for women and girls, and ultimately I'm opening it up to all underrepresented groups in the space industry. But it was part of continuing that, paying it forward, being a mentor. And what
Mhm.
I learned is, as a mentor, you can only impact one or two people a year. I mean, and that's super important. I'm still a mentor, but what I realized by writing this amazing chapter in the book, as well as starting my own book series, was that I'm able to impact many others. I'm able to have an exponential impact by putting this information in a book that hopefully will be coming out later this year, called What
Mhm.
Space Got to Do with It? Lessons Learned Along the
Oh
way.
my
So I
God.
really want to pay it forward and do it in a bigger scale than being a one-on-one mentor, which again,
Mm-hmm.
super important. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still a mentor. I think it's an amazing thing to be a mentor. You learn so much more when
Yes.
you're a mentor. Like they call it reverse mentoring. But I think writing a book, you can help have a greater impact.
Oh, for sure, Shelly, for sure. And like, I think you're already making such a great impact in the industry, just, with everything that you're doing and, paying it forward and just getting more people involved. What would you say to inspire, I want to say both boys and girls to get into any sort of STEM related field?
Absolutely, because I want to make it clear that my book and my insight is not just for women. I mean, that is
Oh,
important, but it's really for underrepresented groups in the space industry
mhm,
to find their way into the space industry. And so that's regions of the world, inner city kids, rural communities, a multitude of skill sets that include STEM but non-STEM.
mhm,
Space is now open. I've created an interstellar guide to success will be my second book that will be coming out, and I'm also doing a paper on it at the
nice.
International Astronautical Congress in Milan in October. But what's in that Interstellar Guide to Success is awareness, access, and action. And what's so
Mhm,
important about that is we have to create awareness that there are opportunities and pathways into STEM and the space industry. First of all, your book started that pathway of access and awareness about the space industry. And I'm going to continue on that journey by writing this book. My upcoming book series, as well as speaking about it at various conferences to include the International Astronautical Congress. And then that third step is about taking action,
mhm.
finding mentors, taking training programs, formal and informal, as well as networking with like-minded individuals. So that Interstellar Guide to Success, again, is about awareness, access, and action.
Oh my gosh, I love it, Shelley. Totally, totally love it. And you've been doing a great job, helping to spread the word. So I want to thank you so much. I know you're very busy, so thank you for taking the time this morning just to, chat with us and, let us know a little bit more about your chapter. If you have not read her chapter, yes, she is the first chapter in the book, and we're making more space for people in the industry, men and women, underrepresented groups. Shelley shares a lot about her journey in this chapter, and you get the insight from a lot of other women that she's interviewed as well. Very influential, like they've done amazing things, and I don't want to give out too much of the chapter because I know you all need to sit down and take that chapter in. She's done an amazing job. Shelley, thank you so much for your
It's my
time.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's my pleasure to be with you. Thank you again for inviting me to join you in this journey. And until next time, I look
Yeah,
forward to seeing you
yeah.
around the galaxy.
Oh yes, around it. I love it. Thank you so much. Bye.